Hey, what's going on, my friends? I hope you're all doing absolutely fantastic. And we are actually in my new studio. Finally, it was like a full week of just constant back and forward in the old house, in the old place. And it's just like, oh my God, is this going to be over? It's like never ending. I know you guys have probably moved before, and it's a pain. It's a pain when you've just got a house full of stuff, but when you've got a studio full of gear, oh my God, it's never ending. So you're probably sitting there saying, I suck at videography, or I suck at photography. You're looking at the back of your camera and you're like, man, I suck. Why can't I just... Peter Lindgren is great, amazing. He's got the same camera as me. Why can't I be like him? Or Jason. You're probably not saying that. Let's be real. No. I'm humbled that you're watching me, guys. Anyway, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and obviously give me a thumbs up. Now, I want you to comment below, obviously, have you bought gear that is literally sitting on the shelf and catching dust? I want you to honestly comment below, because I know we've all done it. I literally put my hand up right now because I've done it. We've all done it. And it's just the world we live in right now. There is just so much gear for us YouTubers, us content creators, to get our hands on. It's so cheap and so competitive. Like, there are so many companies out there that are literally just throwing out cheaper stuff for better, like Viltrox. Oh my God, Viltrox are doing some incredible things with their lenses. They're almost like G Master quality. It's just like, why buy a G Master when you can buy Viltrox? This is for a quarter of the price. It's just like, oh my God, we have so much gear. You have Zhuin with their Weebill 3 is incredible, and then you got DJI RS3, which is like almost twice the price, and it's incredible. But you're like, well, the price, what do I do? We are a lucky bunch right now. And, you know, going back to saying I suck at videography, I've been there before. At the early stages of my YouTube journey, as the early stages of my videography journey, because I was a photographer first and I learnt the ropes of how to utilize, you know, complete manual settings and framing and composition and lighting, all that kind of stuff when it came to photography. Then when I stepped into videography, I was like, what the hell am I actually doing? Why isn't anyone watching my videos? Why does my videos suck? Why do they look bad? Why do they sound bad? You're just racking your head. You're like, I just want to quit. I want to quit. Do I have to buy what Peter Lindgren's got? He's got all this, you know, A7S3s. He's got the Ronin 4D. I should buy that and then I can be exactly like him. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. It comes down to individual skill, and it comes down to obviously how long you've been doing it for. So experience and individual education. So I obviously got educated. I went to TAFE, which is a diploma. Then I also went to university and got my degree in film as well. I completely just spent so many hours in creating these YouTube videos, watching YouTubers, watching other kind of educational content like Skillshare and stuff. And it's not a plug. It's not a plug on Skillshare. It's not a plug on universities. But, you know, this is one thing that you just need to sit back and go, oh, well, I really need to upskill myself. I need better skills. I need better education. Do I join a TAFE or college or whatever you want to call it? Do I get a diploma, or do I get a certificate, or do I do short courses online, full-time filmmaker? You know, those sort of things. These are things that should be considered before gear, because you're upskilling your creativity. You're upskilling exactly what you know, and you're obviously upskilling exactly what you don't know as well. There's so many things that I didn't know when it came to learning my formalities and getting my bachelor degree. Things that you just don't learn when it comes to university. These aren't, you know, things that can be learnt when it comes to YouTube, because unfortunately there's just not that much specific content when it comes to these specific, you know, courses and things. This is where upskilling yourself, like I said, is so important, and you should probably consider this before buying the best, latest and greatest gear. But also, if you do have like an A6000 and a kit lens, just get the hell out there. Just start creating. Do the best you can with that kit lens. Do the best you can with that A6000. Learn it like the back of your hand and create the best kind of content you can actually create. And then eventually you're going to get better and you're going to learn your limitations of that camera. And then you're like, I'm going to upgrade to the A7 IV. And then You've gone from 8-bit to 10-bit. You've gone from 1080p to 4K. You've gone from relatively okay autofocus to like ridiculously good autofocus and object tracking. It's just like, wow. Okay, now I know, now I understand the basics. Now I have the basic fundamentals that I can build off, the foundations, and then it's going to make me a better filmmaker. That's what you need to consider. And I absolutely recommend try and upskill yourself in any shape, any way or form you can. But that is one thing that actually brought me to making this video, is that, man, I've got so much gear. And look, okay, I'm a full-time content creator. I do commercial work, I do documentary work, but I also do obviously YouTube work as well. And I get a whole bunch of stuff for gear reviews. So, you know, it is starting to stack up. And I've got so many things. And, you know, at the time of moving, I was like, why have I got this? I literally did a review of it. I used it for like a week or two when it came to that review, and I haven't used it. This lens is literally just catching dust, or this gimbal is literally just catching dust. There's so many things that I've got that is catching dust, and I probably should actually sell it. And that's I actually will. I've started to list things on Marketplace, and I'm starting to sell things. And not to mention that this whole month of June in 2022 has been like an insane month for dropping a couple of gimbals, DJI RS3, RS3 Pro, the Zhiyun Weebill 3, amazing gimbal, the Zhiyun Lite, the, what else is there? The FS300B for Nan Light, aperture, small rig stuff, tilter things. It's just like, oh my God, there's so many things literally dropping right now. We are the most luckiest generation when it comes to content creation. It's incredible. But now we have to just sit back and go, do we need these things? Do we actually, you know, need that gimbal? Can we get away with just some nice, natural, handheld work? You know, is that something that we're going to be going for? Or are we a wedding videographer? Are we a real estate videographer? And we need really nice gimbals and specific features that's going to help us in the long run. This is what we have to consider. And you really just have to think of what position you're currently in your journey. Are you a beginner? And you see Peter Lindgren with the best stuff, and you're like, I love Peter, I love his work, I want his A7S III, I want his studio, I want whatever he's got. Or, you know, am I a beginner and like, okay, well, if he's got that, then I'll try and, you know, create something with the A6000 and create stuff that looks very similar to his, you know, his kind of quality. That's what you should probably be doing, getting the most out of your tools. And when you obviously learn your limitations, that's when you start to upgrade, because 8-bit is a big difference when it comes to 10-bit. You know, grading 8-bit footage is incredibly hard, it's annoying, and you just don't have as many colors to work with. Whereas 10-bit, so many more different colors, just it's generally better codec because it's in better cameras, and you know, it will eventually look better, and that is completely subjective. But it's sometimes also objective as well. You know, 8-bit is worse than 10-bit. 1080p is, you know, worse than 4K, because 4K is just so much more resolution and you can just see more. But it depends obviously on the output and obviously on the clients. There's so many variables that will obviously change your opinion on what you're going to be using, what you're going to be filming in, what kind of codec you're going to be using. There's so much, it's crazy. But just sit back and just think, do I need that? I know it's completely hypocritical because I run a channel that focuses on promoting gear, you know? But the reason why I do this is I want to help you guys in making the correct decisions, because if there is a bad lens out there and I get it and I get to review it, I get to tell you guys that this is probably not the best lens for you in your situation, or this lens could actually be suited to this kind of person or that kind of occupation. That is the power that I have with this channel, and I absolutely love it. I wouldn't give it away for anything else in the world. It's just been, well, my daughter and my wife, you know, they are the most important things to me in the world. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs up, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next one. All right, let's get it.